Well, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here, greetings boys and girls, and welcome to this, a brand new day, and I am in pain. Oh my gosh. I woke up, right around 5:30, pain, gut, had to go down, take care of the issues down in the bathroom, but then I could feel stuff happening up high, my upper intestine, that region. Pain. Ow. My mask, my sleep mask, forces air down into my lungs. It doesn't always force air into my lungs. Quite often, because your esophagus is right back there and mine relaxes, apparently, from the force of all of that air coming in, that air frequently gets down into my digestive tract. Sometimes so much in such a concentration that it's a big wad of air moving through my digestive tract, and oh my god, it hurts. And that's what's happening right now. If I cough, if I tense up my muscles in any way, oh, it is just agony. It's like I've been punched in the gut. Yay. So I've been dealing with that. Past that, it's just been a day, a night for the Shelton, Washington weather plague rat and spider report. For the weather, it's just warm and sunny, humid, yay. And oddly, my housemates are confused because it's like someone is coming in and watering the plants while we're sleeping, because they'll wake up and go check outside, and the ground around a couple of the plants are soaked. Not just dew, but like someone sprayed them with a hose. So everyone's pretty confused, and I don't understand either. Thumbs up for that. Anyway, for Plague Rat Report, of course, as stated, I have to go into Safeway daily if I want to pick up stuff for the next day, and I need to buy food. I'm out of canned stuff, so yay. So I gotta go daily, and I wear my mask to ensure everybody else's health. It'd be nice if other people wore their masks to make sure other people are healthy, because everyone, of course, still just pull it down and then breathe through their nose. It's like, why are you even bothering? Thanks a lot. And there's 249 cases as of today in Mason County, Washington State. Now, that's only like 50 some odd active cases. It's been 240 some odd total. So, it's here, it's burning, and joy. Ugh. And for the spider report, of course, the spider up there in the juncture between ceiling and wall, she appears to be doing fine. That's a good thing. I've got the spiders outside that I think are still alive. Hopefully they'll continue to be alive for at least a while, but again, they're not my responsibility, so no, I feel bad because part of that, when I say it's not your responsibility, there are movements in the United States that aren't stepping up. They're saying, oh, we're patriots. If you have the knowledge of something going wrong and you have the ability to fix that wrong, then you have the responsibility to fix that wrong. But they're not stepping up. That's their philosophy, but right now they're just stepping back, because even though that's their philosophy, in reality, they just hate everybody that's not them. Joy. But because of that whole thing, I have the knowledge, I have the ability. Does that give me the responsibility? And even if it did, how could I take care of them? How can I move them? They're house spiders. This is what they do. They live inside of houses. They're adapted, as well as any living creature can be, to the low food, low water environment of living in a home. Not only do they survive in that low water, low food environment, they thrive. Not all of them. I mean, you gotta catch something to live. So, I mean, as I said before, I've opened up this closet back there and then found in the back, up back, just one dead mother spider and just a whole scattering of other dead spiders, because nothing makes it back into the closet. except for a spider. I mean, obviously bugs do, so. But they didn't survive it. Are they going to survive it? I don't know. And nature does provide so many children to parents just because life is hard. And sometimes the parents are what makes it hard, especially when you're in the ocean. I remember this one video where there was this large red crab that had all of her eggs had hatched, and she was surrounded by a sea of little crab hatchlings. And she was just sitting there and reaching down with her claw and then pick up a hatchling and then eat it. And then she was just eating them because she was hungry. Well, when you got your own parents predating on you, what are you supposed to do? What are your odds? That's why they have so many kids in the ocean. That's why they scatter them out so widely. It's like for every octopus you see, there's like, what, a couple, maybe 1,000, octopi young that were devoured. So, yay. Past that, though, the pain, the other stuff, things going on, there's this big motorcycle thing happening in Sturgis, what is it, South Carolina or South Dakota, and it's a bunch of the motorcycle group mentality in the United States has changed from being, inclusive and motorcycle-y to Hell's Angels and not inclusive to what they are today, which is, largely not good. And so they're the people that aren't going to be wearing masks, and they're not. And they're descending on a town of 7,000, and there's like 400,000 people at a time there because of this thing, and nobody's wearing masks, and nobody's social distancing, and nobody's taking any precautions, and they are going to spread throughout the United States after this. There was that huge super spreader event in South Korea where this church had been a mass spreader because they had infected people just lingering and being around each other and infecting each other and then going out into the communities, and that was bad. And this is going to be so much worse. Yay. And then, of course, the administration of the United States of America, they've tried real hard for so long to get rid of Social Security and Medicare. Medicare and Social Security right now are funded by payroll taxes, and by executive order, our president has said, oh, no more payroll taxes. Well, yeah, you may not have gotten rid of something, but when you stop funding it, then what happens to it? And that's special. It can't really hold up, but there's so much stuff that the administration is not supposed to have done now that they've done anyway. Why would they stop just because this next thing is illegal as well? Thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, I did go walkies as stated, and I've been walking up on the railroad tracks again, trying to keep my balance and doing such like that. And it was a nice walk. It was a good walk. Definitely a good thing. Past that, I'm just doing stuff, and so, especially with my gut pain, normally I can think of things to write down on my topics list or just things to talk about, but right now I've been dealing with this and ow, ow, ow. I can't think of much past that. So, I was also semi-smart enough to open up that list. Remember a couple weeks back I asked for a whole bunch of questions. I still have those open, and I'm going to go through, and we have Made in Canada asked, what is the last book and story that I have read from a published author? Now that's a tough one because I've used to read a bunch of stuff on tablets, which I had been given my latest tablet from a very kind contributor and subscriber. I don't know if they are not contributor, but someone who has helped me out financially and physically, and was also a subscriber, and hopefully still is, I don't know. But the tablet, one day I was reading and it died, and it doesn't read SD cards anymore, so thumbs up on that. So I can't use it to read. But I've read a whole bunch of stuff, and I really enjoy a whole lot of books. I'm more of a fantasy series thing, and as I've mentioned, I was really into the Terry Goodkind fantasy series for a while. But that, once he started really just getting into total objectivist theory stuff, I sort of lost interest. I read the first series that he had to its ending. Now there's the second series, and not so into that at all. But I've read all sorts of things. Generally it's science fiction or fantasy. One of my favorite types of science fiction series books are the series, well, I don't know what you would call it. It's more like the Polity series. It's by Neil Asher. He writes a science fiction series in the future where while it's kind of a utopia, it's also not. It's a utopia in that there are AI that is so powerful, and the AI is always constantly working on making its AI better, making the next generation better, trying to make AI for, walking around those AI that interact with people better all the time. And so there's not really much of an impetus for the human race to get better, because generally as a species we tend to get better when there's a survival push, when there's some kind of push, some sort of thing, and right now there is none. And so there's just a lot of planets, a lot of people, and everyone just basically has the freedom to go where they want and do what they want. There's no real need to do anything, and so generally people aren't. One of the big things in the series push was there's Earth Central Security. It is a whole series of AI that's in charge of this whole galactic empire. Now, one of the big bad things is, a couple million years back, there was an alien species called the Jane. And they were such a violent species that even as a species, they gathered together in squads, and each squad was against every other squad. But they were intensely technologically superior. And they figured out a really good weapon. It doesn't target individuals, it targets civilizations. And so they have not just... We're working on nanotech as a species now. They don't just have nanotech, they had picotech and almost femtotech, which is where the nanotech parts, you break those down into the picotech things, and they're all active, but you can break those down into the femtotech, and each one of those parts is active. So it's like if you had a coffee maker, if you broke it down into each of its parts, each one of those things could do something to kill. And if you broke them down, you could have 1,000 parts, each one of them autonomous, able to build a new one of them, and ready to kill. And they hunt civilizations, and they spread. Many civilizations in our home galaxy in this series have fallen to the Jane. So, right now in the series, they're having to deal with this. And it's not good. It is a threat that has destroyed technologically advanced species, and the human race is trying to deal with this. Oh boy. So it's rough as a series and a bunch of books, but it's really, really good. And as I'd mentioned with that whole impetus thing, one of the story arcs that happened was one of the AI on Earth ended up getting yanked out and destroyed because the latest in push from the Jane was because Earth Central Security had figured out, there is no impetus, no push for humanity to get better. So, I'll work with the Jane, we will have the Jane attack, we'll fight off the Jane, humanity will have that push. Ooh, yeah, not good. So, good series of books. And it's a wide open series, and you should check it out. Neil Asher. Very, very good stuff. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, and more, I'm sometimes lucky I can remember anything at all. So we have Zeddy X, how about that? And Yisus Cry, thumbs up. Ghost Wilson, 89, thank you very much. Ramses Cabello, I sure hope I'm close, thank you very much. And Nate B, greatly appreciated. Greg Your Dad, thank you very much. Kathy Kiss Cat, good to see you in the comments. Sandra Montechinos, I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. And Colin Reisner, thumbs up and thank you. And Confused Owl 29, good to see you back, and I hope you settle in well. Nagito Comanda, I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. And Red Hot Chili Fan 98, thank you very much. Made in Canada, good to see you. Buakamole, oh, I'm nowhere close, but thank you very much. And Jael Smith, thumbs up and thank you. Elia Fibbin, thumbs up and thank you. We have Squirrel Monkey, greatly appreciated. Yogeshwaran, thumbs up and a good idea. Compassionate Living, thumbs up and thank you. We have Christopher Thomas, greatly appreciated. Hasana Nesta, thumbs up, sort of. Lord of Sadness, greatly appreciated. Mr. Sony, thumbs up and thank you. And then we have Amanda Panda. I'm very sorry you had to deal with that. And G with a accent sign on it. Thank you very, very much, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and it is appreciated. Definitely a thumbs up on that. If you go check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. Definitely a thumbs up. If you'd like to help me out but you didn't want to send money to one of those two places, I have a PayPal link down below. And if you wanted to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well with things like hamster food, hamster bedding, cat food. If you could check it out, that would be very, very cool. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. A definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you're down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained, well, as long as I possibly can. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Well, good golly, Miss Molly, I have this video here. I have a video I need to record, then edit and render, so it's going to be a busy day. I have some phone calls to make. I want to call my son and talk to him. He's busy. He keeps going over to see friends and such, so gotta give it another shot. Definitely a thumbs up on that. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. Practice your social distancing. Please wear a mask. Black Lives Matter. Excuse me. Justice for everyone that the jackbooted, brown-shirted thugs keep killing. And it doesn't matter your skin color. Very recently, within the last day or two as of the recording of this video, a white fellow in, I can't even remember the town now, but I've read the reports and seen the pictures and watched the video. There was a noise report. The guy came to the door with a gun, as he has a right to do. When he saw it was the cops, he put up one hand, started bending down to put his gun on the floor, and they shot him to death. This cannot continue. It has to change. Take care, my friend.